The other big story out of this one, and I don't know if you want to save it to talk about its own thing or just want to talk about it now since we're talking about the game, is the controversial TNT intermission report with
Oh, jeez.
Bissonnette.
Yeah, that's fine.
So so basically, unless you've been living under a rock, you know the whole situation. Bissonnette tore Connor Bedard's game down, pretty much told him that he's playing pond hockey out there,
Mhm.
and pretty much said that if he continues this way, the Hawks will be a lottery team, and it's on him for that. Paraphrasing, of course.
Mhm.
But so this was a huge
Yeah.
debate, and it's been super interesting this whole season with the whole Connor Bedard critique.
Mhm.
Um,
Right after it was critique from Mark Messier.
Mark Messier, not even a week earlier, like that was literally that Saturday before.
Mhm.
So your Saturday to Wednesday gets critiqued twice on national TV. Um, Initial
Once that
thoughts.
he's going to ruin the morale of the team, and then the next is that he's playing pond hockey and he's going to keep the team a lottery team. Good stuff.
My
Good
first,
analysis.
yeah, my first initial thought with that was fuck those guys. I mean, we already talked about Mark Messier.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a lot coming from a guy that has the history of just torpedoing a team because he wanted it his way.
Mhm.
Um, Bissonnette, I was like, okay, pissed off because okay, the Hawks called him out too, which is hilarious. And the next day, 20 it was doing 22 points in 21 games when it took an entire career for Biznasty to get that. I thought that was amazing. Hawks admin, well done on that. But after sitting on it for a little bit and kind of like relooking at it like the next day, I understand where he's coming from. I think that what Biznat was saying is valid. The thing that I think he's wrong on is just the situation that what he's critiquing him on is out of Bedard's hand because he doesn't have the support to accomplish what is saying that he needs to do to take the scene to the next level and his game to the
Mhm.
next level.
Yeah, and I think one of the critique that bothered me was the initial one where he like is breaking down a play where Donato passes to Bedard and Bedard gives it back to Donato, and then McDavid's all over Bedard and he's like, and he's looking for the puck back, and then he's shrugging his shoulders, and it's like you actually look at the play, it's like he's not looking for the puck back, he's looking to see what's going on in the play, and I'm sure he just shrugs his shoulders because it was a great pass that ends up without a shot on net. And it's
Yeah,
probably like, hey, yeah, okay, here's that's another one where we don't get the shot off, and it's
same shit.
yeah, like I'm just like, if you're gonna point out something that he does incorrectly, like at least get it right in the play. It gets so
And
weird.
and that's such a poor one to use too because it's like, oh, how are you supposed to get the puck with Connor McDavid covering like that? Okay, you want to talk about 99% of the rest of the league who Connor McDavid is the best player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there's going to be issues trying to get the upper hand on him, especially when you're a 19-year-old kid with no support on your team and you weigh a buck 80 soaking wet maybe.
I'm wondering. I'm so curious about like what does the team feel about all of the criticism towards Bedard, and then the fact that the criticism always ends up with he's got nobody on his team. Like, can you imagine being anybody on the team and just being like, damn, like everybody thinks that we are fucking no one.
I think though, like you have to be self-aware. I think that if the Hawks, they know what they are. They have to know
Mm.
what they are. Like, can they be doing better? Like, are they more? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, you're in 31st place in the NHL. You like you have this kid who is out here literally showing highlights that they're showing critiquing him on that he's
Mm-hmm.
not doing certain things, and it's highlights of him skating around people looking with nobody around him open to give him options out there. Like, like they have to. I mean, they have to be self-aware, and if they're not, that has got to be the most delusional group of players probably in the NHL.
Yeah, I think they know.
And I mean, so our favorite former Blackhawk analysis, Kobe Cohen, had Patty Maroon on his show. I think it was either the next day or the day like a couple days after,
Yeah,
and pretty much Patty Maroon was just like he's a 19-year-old kid learning his way in this league. He's like, do we want Connor Bedard doing this? Like, trying to deke the puck all the time, or do you want him chipping the puck in every time and chasing? He's like, Connor's game is the flash, the skill, and it's like, you don't want to hinder that. You need to just he needs to learn when to use it and when not to use it. Which I thought, say what you want about the big rig, man, but that was probably like one of the best like explanations for exactly what the situation is, other than, oh, he's got no support. Like, no, he's got to learn when is the right time to deke, when is the right time to chip in,
yeah.
and when's the right time to make the actual pass. Yeah, it's so crazy to me. And then you got like Frank Cervelli talking, which when you agree with something like he really says, then something's fucking crazy, because usually I'm like not a big fan of his takes, but I mean, he went for the throat, kind of talking about like there's never been a player with the generational tag like Bedard, and getting critiqued the way that he is.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't hear Matthews getting thrown under the bus, although I don't know Matthews ever got that generational talent tag.
I mean, I think that it was. I don't think. It's hard to remember because at the time, some people did try to make the argument that Laine could possibly go first, and everybody knew it was going to be Matthews. And then his first game really set the bar, though. 4 goals. Yeah. But I think that's one of the other things that really put people who were so disappointed with Bedard because he didn't score 5 in his first game.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, geez.
And here's the thing. It's like people are criticizing him because he's this generational player. They're the ones calling him generational player, not Connor. Connor's not the one doing it to himself. You are putting the tag on him that he's a generational player. And then when he's not performing, you go and you use what you use to make your case of why he's a generational player against him, why he's underperforming. It's like you're literally like Maximo with Sonny. I'm playing both sides of the fence, so I'm never wrong. Like, that's what these guys are doing right now. And it's so frustrating. It's like, I understand they got to get their clickbaits in and like, their headlines to get people views and their clicks and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like, come on, you guys. This kid is 19 years old. He's going to be the all-time leading scorer for teenagers in Blackhawk history by the end of the season. Yeah. He's still leading this team in points. Yes. He's got, 19 points in 20 games going into
he had an assist in this game.
Yeah, and it's just the other thing, too. I was thinking about this today. So you talk about players underperforming. People are talking about Rantanen, and they're just like, oh, well, it's a different. He's underperforming, it's just a new situation, all that kind of thing. Why is that any different? He's an underperforming player. He's a superstar player, underperforming. He's got a hell of a lot better talent in Carolina around him than he does in Bedard has in Chicago. Why is it any different there? What's the difference there? If anything, I feel like Rantanen is it's a lot worse for him underperforming than it is Bedard.
Yeah. Because he's already been, they probably give him the benefit of the doubt because people want to put like a generational bust tag on Bedard and just try and say he's just like a regular ass player. It's like, not really. He's fucking better than a lot of players on other teams, and he's 19, so he's just going to be even better.
One more thing before we put this part to bed is last week when we did the Messier, we talked about Messier. I'm going to call this out because we did have a comment talking about how we are doing a disservice by calling Bedard a generational talent. We're not calling him a generational talent. We have, from the get-go, have said that is a dumb term, and it completely it's used and does not. I don't think it means anything what it used to mean, because the way these players are developing now, it's just like the next guy is just better and better than the next one. I think generational talent is such a dumb tag to use that I think the better way to put it is Connor Bedard's a franchise player with generational upside.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, because I mean, I think he's much better than like a lot of like regular first overall picks.
Yeah, 100%. No, I 100% agree with that. And I just think that it's just so ridiculous that people get pissed off about hearing the generational tag thing. And it's like the people that are, you're like, they're not the ones putting this on them. Crosby didn't put that on him. McDavid didn't put that on him.
Yeah.
Bedard didn't put that on him. The media did. Scouts did.
I'm just, yeah, it's frustrating.
Compare him to Celebrini too. Ooh.
I would rather.
Would you rather start your franchise with Celebrini or Bedard?
Yeah.
That one more time. Like, if I hear that one more time, I swear to God.
I honestly would compare Bedsey. If you compared him like to like Jack Hughes, you like right now you would probably be like, oh, Jack Hughes is way better. But like Jack Hughes, when he was in his second year, only had 31 points. In his first year, he had 21 points, and people were like, I don't remember hearing as much criticism about Jack Hughes at that point. It's so fucking weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you look at like a lot of these. Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
Bedard blows him out of the water.
Yep.
His first 2 seasons. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ, you guys.
Nathan McKinnon was on one of the worst teams in NHL history. And people like didn't shit on him as hard as they did on Bedard. Or as they do on Bedard.
And I just you said it last week, and it's like, I don't know if that's just the case. Is it just because he's Chicago? Yeah. Like, if he was on any other team, would it be like this? Is it just people being, salty because Chicago landed him? Yes. And people just don't want Chicago to have nice things.
We're not supposed to. We're supposed to suffer from success.
Not the kid's fault, man. Don't fucking throw him under the bus for no reason. But sorry, I kept saying one more thing. His response at the practice the next day, pretty much, first off, Connor Bedard drops butt hurt in a media scrum. Give him the C right now. The kid's got it. Like, he knows what it's going to take to be a leader. But him pretty much saying, he's like, yeah, no, I know when I make a mistake. I don't need to listen to TNT, intermission to find out when I make the mistake. And it's like he claims he pays no attention to it. Take it for whatever he says.
Sure he hears about it.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's not looking for the advice.
But his response to it when he was asked about it was, I don't think any better than it could be. Mm-hmm. The kid gets it, and give him the time, give him the resources, and give him the support that he needs, and just watch him fucking go. And I just can't wait to just see all these people just eat crow for it.
Oh yeah, eat crow.
Crow, man.